Alright, here we have a product rule problem that one of the functions is going to be chain rule. So we'll call this one F, and we'll denote the second one with G. And let's dissect F. So F is equal to the cosine of tangent of X, and G, of course, is equal to secant X. And we'll notice something here, that the overall function is we're taking the cosine of an angle, but the angle itself is another trig identity. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take the derivative of cosine, which of course is sine, negative sine of the angle, tangent of X, and then we're going to multiply that by the derivative of the highlighted portion, which is secant squared of X. And then we notice that, of course, inside the angle of tangent is just a single X, so we don't have to keep doing the chain rule, because really the derivative of X is just 1. So that's it for that. And what about secant? What is the derivative of secant? It's secant X tangent X. So then we're just going to simply put this all back together by using our good old product rule. F prime G plus F G prime, and then we'll have ourselves a problem. We won't have any problems. Although we will notice something before we take the derivative. When we stick this all together, we do have secant showing up a lot in this problem. So we are going to take a little bit of time to simplify this one. So putting it all together, we have F prime. We never did identify this as F prime, right? So we have F prime of G. So we have negative secant squared X times sine of X times, whoops, let me erase this. There we go. We have secant secant squared of X, and then we have sine tan of X, and multiply that by G, which is another secant of X, plus F G prime. So F is just cosine of tangent of X times G prime, which is a secant X and a tangent X. Okay, that takes up pretty much the whole page, doesn't it? So this is what the derivative is equal to. And let's get our highlighter out, and let's notice a couple of things. First of all, we forgot to close this parentheses there. And let's add up our secants. We have a secant squared here, and a secant, so we're going to have secant to the third power. And what else do we have left? We have times sine of tangent X, and that's it for the first half of it, plus Let's see if we have anything in common over on the other side. Yeah, we don't have anything else that we can combine, but I'm going to pull the secant out in front. So we have a secant x, that's this one, times, pull that tangent x out in front. And then finally we have that cosine of tangent of x. And of course, just to reiterate this, this term is the angle of sine. This tangent of x is the angle of that cosine. So there's not really much we could really simplify. We could pull out a single secant there, but that doesn't really help us much. So we'll stop at this point right here. And maybe I'll make one more video on this section. This is chapter 4, lesson number 2.